Hunts in Final Fantasy XIV are a fun and engaging piece of content. Hunts allow players to venture into the open world, locate and then kill certain targets for experience, currency such as seals, sacks of nuts, and if you happen to find an A rank mark in the field, you can get tombstones of Poetics, Phantasmagory, and even Allegory. While this is great if you're looking just to level an alt job or want to slowly farm the hunt currencies, it doesn't really help you too much if your goal is to grind out tombstones. This guide is here to help you do just that, get those tombstones. So, hello there ladies and gentlemen. My name is Austin Soul, and today I'm going to be talking about hunt trains. Hunt trains, for those of you who are unfamiliar, are player-created communities who scout for A-rank marks. These marks spawn every 4 to 6 hours, and once they spawn, the scouts will inform the community via a Discord ping that a train is starting. They will also tell you what server the train is on. Players will then gather at the specified location, and once everyone has arrived, they will go from zone to zone killing the monster. So, some basic information about these A-rank hunts. A-rank monsters drop several different currencies. Actually, they drop a lot. If you do a Realm Reborn hunt, you're going to get allied seals, which are just standard seals. You can use those for Aetheryte tickets or whatever else. You'll get Cinchiro seals if you kill Heaven's Ward or Stormblood marks. You'll get Sacks of Nuts if you kill Shadowbringers marks, which is the best and worst name for any type of currency ever. Some other currencies you can get, which are the big ones that we're interested in, are Poetics, which is really important if you're trying to make a relic. You can get Phantasmagoria, which are fantastic if you're trying to do early gearing or if you want to trade them in for some crafting materials. And then the big one is Allegory. You get that from killing Shadowbringers A-rank hunts, which I've capped for the last 3 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks actually, on just doing hunt trains, which is fantastic. Some other drops you can get from these guys are cracked plane clusters, which can be traded for grade 7 materia, and then you can get cracked stella clusters, which can be traded for grade 8 materia, both of which are excellent money makers. Or if you're just trying to stock up a materia for that new in-game gear you're going to be getting from Savage Raid that week, also a great option. Great way to also make some passive money if you're just trying to get some startup gil if you want to buy a house or just get some crafters leveled. These hunt trains are fantastic for not only farming out your weekly Allegory cap, but also farming out those Poetics for that relic grind, getting those Phantasmagorias for the early game gearing, as well as the gil making potential, like I just mentioned. The other thing is, it's really good if you main a DPS job to get your Allegory. I know as a DPS, I have several friends who main DPS. It's a pain for them to try to cap their Allegory every week. They don't really Savage Raid, but they want to get that fancy 490 Crystarium gear. So I tell them to do these hunts. They're easy. You can get upwards of about 120 Allegory if you have a full 12 spawn, which we'll talk a little bit more about what you're looking for in the Discord and all that when we get a little bit farther in the video. The other thing is the passive money. I made 55 Stella Clusters, which are the grade 8 materials, the real expensive ones. You know, they can be anywhere from 18 to 25k depending on your server. So I was doing some pricing when I did this a few weeks ago, and currently the critical hit materials are worth about 18 to 20k on my server on Famfrit, and I had 55. In rough numbers, I was sitting at about 900k in materials if I wanted to cash in on all those clusters, which is fantastic. The thing is, this is macro efficiency, guys. You're gonna get all these tombstones, and you're gonna get some gil, which is super nice. I've been stockpiling my gil, trying to save up. I want to try to get to 10 mil, so it's been really helpful for that. Also, saving money when you're getting that new piece of gear is very nice, so you don't have to buy a bunch of material on the market boards. So with all of that information out of the way, how does one actually go about doing these hunt trains? Well, the first thing you're going to want to have before you even start these is flying in the zone you're wanting to do it in. So, especially if you're trying to get the Allegory, you're going to want Shadowbringers flying. You're going to want to go around and get all those Aether Currents. Just go ahead and do it. If you haven't done it already, you definitely need to do it. It's worth it. Because the thing is, even if you're in a group, if you get to a mob and you're trying to run it down on foot, you get there and the mob dies before you get a single hit on it, even if you're in a group, you're not going to get rewards for that. So you're going to do yourself a favor, get flying. There's no reason not to have it anyway, especially if you've beaten the story. You should have all the hard to get or harder to get Aether Currents that are locked behind quests. Then you're going to want to find a good Discord server. Now the one I use is the Centurio Hunt Discord server. They are a professionally done server. They have excellent callouts, and they have selections for every single data center, every single server, which is definitely solid. It's worth having. It's my favorite server. I really like how they do things, and I'm going to link them in the description so you can get access to them. If you don't have Discord, guys, what are you doing? It's 2020. You need to go download Discord. It's worth having for any game you play. It's definitely good to be a part of a community, and it's fun to have access to all sorts of resources that Discord brings along with it. The other thing is, you're going to want to be patient, guys. Here's the thing. These hunts, 4 to 6 hour spawn times, right? They're really nice. They're really convenient, but you're not going to be able to just sit there and constantly spam them out because they got to spawn. There will be times where you'll do 3 trains in a row, boom, 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 and you'll get done, or you'll have to wait a couple hours. So you just got to be patient. You can go run some dungeons if you're DPS. You know, wait through those queues while you're waiting. When you get to the dungeon, if a hunt's up, you can go do the hunt and double dip and get back-to-back large amounts of those lovely, lovely Allegory tomestones. So just be aware that it does take time, but you can easily cap in a day or a couple of days if you just watch the Discord and do these hunts. Alright guys, so just to show you, there's a call that just happened over on Excalibur. All 12 marks pre-scouted, so what we're going to do is we're going to go up to Major Cities Aetherite. We're going to go to Visit Another World server. We're going to simply click Excalibur, travel to Excalibur, and as you can see, it's sending me there. Just a moment. Then, just like normal, we're going to go over to our teleports. We're going to go to Omega, teleport, head there. And it's real simple. Once you get here, you just do /shout. So I'm going to do /shout, invite please. Or I can even go to the party finder. Oh, there I got an invite. And then we'll just go do the hunt. Yeah, real straightforward. Alrighty, so as we head over there, there's a few general rules for participating in hunt trains I want to go over. First and foremost, as you head to the hunt train, if it's the beginning of the train, please don't start the fight, I guess, for lack of a better word. Don't go ahead and get in a brawl with the thing. It's really important. You want to wait for everyone to get there and make sure as many people as possible can have a chance to fight the monster. Next, if you're a tank, as I just did, put on your tank stance. That way you can hold aggro and actually do your job. If you're a healer, make sure to try to keep everybody up. You know, put down your sacred soils, things like that. Keep your heals up. Also, if you're a DPS, be prepared to actually DPS. This is a group effort, and the more people that are participating and actually actively playing the game can help make the experience a lot better. The other thing is, too, healers res the dead after a fight is over. And as you can see, my group right here is just waiting for everything to get started. And once the party starts, we won't stop until it's done. Alright, skipping ahead towards the end of the hunt, I want to point this out. If you look into my chat on the bottom left, you can see the coordinates for the next mob. Actually, it's the current mob we're fighting, Miss Sugar here. After a monster is killed, someone in the chat will actually call out for the next monster. They'll tell you where to go. Then you can follow the group, head that way. Sometimes people will teleport. You can get a free teleport if you don't know where you're going, things like that. I'm not the best with coordinates, so I usually just kind of follow my party, figure out where they're going to go. That's really the biggest advantage to being in a party. So you go around, you kill the monster, then you're good to go to hop to the next. Just stay with the group, stay close, and you should easily be able to get your currencies. Once the train is complete, you're free to return to your home server and wait for another one to start. Feel free to run some content while you're waiting, or work on an alt job, or watch a movie, or do anything that really sounds like fun while you're waiting. You can run another dungeon. You can run a dungeon, like I said earlier, and you can double dip and all that good stuff. The thing is, the advantage to this is you have a lot of flexibility. You just kind of wait for things to pop. You're not reliant on other players' DPS queues or anything like that. You can do whatever you want, and then you will eventually get another hunt to come. The thing I like about this is it's relatively passive. It's very straightforward. Even if you do have to help fight the monster, it's not terribly strenuous, and I really like that about it. It's also a great way to start getting, like I said, Allegory and making some guilds. So why not do it? With all that said, we're just going to go ahead and head back to our server, and then we will wrap up this here video. Alrighty guys, wrapping things up, I just want to tell you some of the stuff I've been able to do since I've started doing hunt trains. So thanks to hunt trains, I was able to get the Poetics to finish my animal weapon. that was a really annoying grind. You have to get thousands and thousands of poetics. So it was really nice just to know I had a guaranteed source once I got done with those roulettes. I was also able to get the Shadowbringer's Hunt mount. That thing is really cool. It's one of my favorite mounts, honestly. I was also able to get this really cool suit of armor. This is a very inexpensive set of gear that I use as one of my main glamours now, but it's from the hunts, which is really neat. The other thing is I am stocked on Stella clusters. I do not have to worry about materia for a very long time. Anytime I get a new job to 80 or I want to gear out a new set of armor or I want to mess around with some of my materia, it doesn't cost me anything. I just throw some of the Stella clusters I got into the materia vendor, get some of the materia I want, and fill out my gear. The other thing is if I want to cash in on that, I can sell them, make a nice tidy profit, and have a good time with that. So I would definitely recommend doing hunt trains for anyone who wants a different way to gain their allegory, especially if you're DPS. I truly believe this is the quickest way to cap out your allegory. It's very little time spent. It's also pretty macro efficient, for lack of a better word, to help get yourself some gil, some poetics, some allegory, and some phantasmagoria. So it's a win-win-win. Also, sacks of nuts. Hate that name. Awful name for a currency. But anyway, with all that in mind, guys, though, that is going to wrap up today's Final Fantasy XIV guide. I hope it helps you. I hope it helps you achieve some of your goals. I really like this method, and I also want to thank the Centuro Hunts Discord. They do an awesome job. They have a quality server with quality leadership and good callouts. So feel free to check them out. I will be leaving their link in the description. And with that, guys, if you have any comments for me, any ways people can improve their hunt train experience, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Also, subscribe for more Final Fantasy XIV content. I'll be doing more videos like this regularly, and I'm looking forward to improving on this whole video making thing. So if you have any tips for me, leave them in the comments. And with that, guys, I will see you next time.